Welcome. It is the homemade broadcast. It is episode 604. My name's Will Kuncz. This is on a Hummel.
I almost had the worst day of my life today.
Oh, boy.
Very close.
Oh, no. What happened?
I clogged the toilet at work.
So you started a new career is this week 2?
This is week 3.
Week 3.
Yeah.
And you've managed to clog the toilet. Now, is this with massive BMs? Did you put some things that shouldn't have been going down the drain? How did this happen?
I'm telling you by the grace of God, it was just a pee-pee. And
That's not how plumbing works. That can't be true.
Dude, I'm telling you. And it's not like I was just like packing it with toilet paper. I swear to God, because I told you it was almost the worst day of my life.
Yeah.
Now, it was just the perfect storm of like the boyfriend was in town like doing stuff, so he's like, hey, like I'll pick you up, we'll like have lunch together. I'm like, great, sounds good. So I was like, all right, let me just pee really quick before.
So you had a big lunch, is what you're saying. You had a big lunch before you used the bathroom at work.
No, I was gonna get picked up for lunch. I was fasted.
Okay.
And I was like, let me just pee before I go to lunch. And the boyfriend was like, I'll be there in 12 minutes. So, I do a few things, plan it out. And then I'm like, let me just pee really quickly. And then I was like, oh, no. And there was a plunger and everything too. So I was getting in there.
So wait a second. So you used the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it was just number 1.
Thank God.
And you used a little bit of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Or a lot, maybe. Was it how much?
I don't think it was like more than usual.
Okay. Normal amount,
I would say.
And then you
I clogged the toilet and I started plunging aggressively. And of course, like my phone's going off because the boyfriend's like, I'm here. Where are you? And I was just like.
So was it a scenario where the water in the bowl was rising to the point or a potential overflow?
I was a little concerned about that. It stopped bad. And then I like let it, go down a little bit. And then there was a plunger. So I just started plunging it. I'm like, I've done this before.
Yeah.
And then I flushed again and I'm like, this isn't working. And I was like, I was so grateful in that moment that I didn't take a huge dump. Because I've been kind of backed up lately. So it was very plausible that I could have just busted it up. So I was like, okay, I got a couple options. I can walk out of here and pretend it wasn't me and just like leave the problem for the next person to handle.
Yep.
Or which I probably would have done if it was a dump. But because it wasn't, I was just like, I'll tell the office manager. And so I did. And I was just like, listen, lady, I didn't do anything gross in there. I swear to God in my life, the bowl speaks for itself. I'm like, all I did was, do my business and it's not flushing. And she's just like, all right, I'll tell one of the guys to like handle it. And God bless her. Like during my lunch break, she went in there and just plunged the S out of it and fixed it. I was plunging it too, but I guess I'm just not quite as strong as I used to be. Looking pretty jacked though, but.
Well, here's the thing about your story is that if what you're saying is true and you just did a 1 in the toilet, someone did option 1 on you that you just mentioned, which means that they clogged the toilet and left it for the next person who happened to be you.
Could have been.
So one of your coworkers laid a massive BM and
but then
clogged
wouldn't
the
I have seen it? Oh, you mean clog the pipes, but I didn't see it yet.
You didn't see it. It went down, but it got stuck. Is what happened. So then and that's what they figured, like it's down. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm leaving it for the next schmuck who comes into the bathroom, which happened to be named Anna Hummel.
Yeah.
So you didn't do anything wrong.
No.
You're not the clogger.
No, I'm not. Definitely not. But I was almost blamed for it. And
you were blamed for it.
Yeah.
And the office thinks that you clogged the toilet.
Well,
because someone left it for you.
I did.
To get caught.
And there's like an office that's like right there. And there was a guy in there, a new guy that just started. And I'm like, that guy saw me go in the bathroom. Yeah. Like, I can't. Everyone's going to know.
Everyone's saying, Anna, at your new place of employment, did you hear the new girl clog the toilet?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I was just like, hey, lady, front desk lady, she's very nice. She's a very nice woman and she's very good at her job. She's really the person I see most of the day, and unfortunately for me, she's like all work, no play, kind of. So I just wish I had a little bit more of a friend vibe at work. But I think that the new guy is kind of cool, and the owner is pretty cool. I was gonna divulge some stuff, but I feel like it probably like NDA stuff that I shouldn't disclose. But all I gotta say is like they're cooler than I thought. They're cooler than I thought.
Joe with a good comment. Unisex, or was there a men's and women's room?
No, it's a unisex bathroom. So if this was like my last place of employment, that is a like massive, maybe not quite a Fortune 500 company, but a very popular company that most people have heard of. So they had just like a slew of bathrooms. So if I just like clogged one of those, which I never did, which is insane, but they were industrial grade toilets. These are not industrial grade toilets. You know what I mean? Because you can tell because they just got the little flusher and not the like metal bar where you could just smash on your foot, you know?
Yeah, they have those at all because people take massive BMs.
Yeah,
and they don't want to.
I was one of them.
Flood the toilet. Yeah,
but thank God not today. Thank you, Jesus. I was so grateful I didn't take a dump. Then I did take one later in another bathroom.
And another clog that one now. Go to bathroom 2, clog that one up. I'm trying to think of a good nickname for you. On a cloggle. No,
dude, I've been constipated for like the last 3 days, so it was well overdue.
Man. Wow.
I was so grateful.
One time I was at a bar. I don't know if I told this story. It was the one near Janice Live. And I had to pee real bad. And the bathrooms there were always horrendous, but it was like 2 unisex bathrooms, single stall scenario. And I walked into the one and it was...
What's that?
It was, Brian from Philly. $10. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Go on.
So I walk in and it is full of toilet paper and God knows whatever else. I think every sort of thing that could come out of a human body was in this bathroom, and it was not going to go down. I could tell. So I had to do, I still had to pee. So I just went number 1. And as I opened the door to leave, one of the prettiest ladies I've ever seen in my life was outside waiting to use this toilet right after me. And I didn't know what to do. I just said, it wasn't me. And I walked out and I told my friend, we have to go. I cannot make eye contact with this woman ever again. And could have been my future wife, maybe. But now she's, who knows where she is.
Right. I thought you were going to tell the other story where like you had like some tummy issues. And people were like, hurry up, bud.
Yeah.
That was around Janice Live as well, right?
That was at the Garden in Janice Live where I had
Garden?
It was called the Garden at that time, I believe. It was caddies. I'm just got to be something else
where
now.
the glamper pop-up.
Yeah.
I know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the holidays. Yeah.
I got, had to make a 2 on First Friday in downtown St. Pete. Yeah. And people were banging on the stalls and it was, I'm sick. That one. That was miserable. Absolutely miserable.
Yeah. If and I know we talk about bodily functions a lot on this show, but it's fun. I do remember my worst experience of my life.
Public restroom?
I guess you could say that. I was in Laos.
Is that a country?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in Southeast Asia.
Is there an
They say Laos.
Okay.
I like Illinois. Maybe some people say Illinois.
Yeah, gotcha.
But we went to this restaurant, if we could even call it that, and I had just some tummy issues, which makes sense. You're in a dirty, filthy place. I was there for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I was doing pretty well, and then all of a sudden I was like, something don't feel right.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom. Mind you, it's not a toilet. It's just squatting.
Yeah.
So thank God I was young and my ACL didn't give out or something. But I remember let me just say I emerged from the bathroom maybe after like 45 minutes and my friends were like, you okay? They're like, Jesus, you look like you went to war. Are you okay? I'm like, I did.
Yeah.
I've never had stomach cramps like that in my life.
Dude, it's crazy. Like there's pages of, I've seen videos here and there of like people, security camera footage of people like have an emergency and they, poo their pants.
Yeah, I love those.
There's an account that I found on Instagram that's just that. And I figured like these are kind of like they happened, here and there, like, apparently it happens a lot because there are a lot of videos on Instagram page of people just like dropping trowel in a grocery store and just letting her rip. And some of them don't look like an emergency, like I think they could have held it. You know what I mean? Like there's some sort of fetish or something going on there, but fascinating. The account name, if you want to look it up, is Disaster Dump. Disaster with 2 R's, period, dump. And you can get if you're into that sort of thing, it's available to you. That's all I'm saying. We are live on YouTube Wednesdays, 6 p.m. here at willsyoutube.com and Rumble and Facebook, HMB Radio on Facebook. After we conclude here, we say goodbye to Radio St. Pete and regular podcast feed. We continue on for another half an hour or more sometimes, and that goes on Substack right after the show ends. Full audio only, uncensored portion in the second half. So I would encourage you to go over to hmbradio.substack.com and subscribe. We keep it pretty cheap. There's a free version as well. If you want to just go and join, I would encourage you to please do that. But anyway, I feel like this is kind of on the same lines. Do you remember having like because you did food service, right?
I did.
What was the worst? Well, I tell you what, think about the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your time in food service.
Oh, I was like, in my life?
No.
Like, this is going to get dark.
In food service. So this guy, I want to tell you about this, though, first. This Florida man tosses a frappe at a McDonald's worker. It's right here in Seminole. Love it because it's nice and local. Daniel Bromowitz is his name. He's 29. He was arrested after assaulting a McDonald's drive-thru worker with a McDonald's frappe, which is a frozen coffee milkshake thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The arrest report elaborates, explaining the beverage struck the victim in the facial region, causing the beverage container to break open. These people do not make enough money to deal with something like this.
Right.
And he's getting a coffee at 1 a.m, that's a wild move.
Well, I mean, some, people have overnight shifts. Maybe that was his lunch break.
Yeah, maybe he's working overnight. That's true. Threw a frozen coffee beverage at the victim. That's I worked at Beef O'Brady's.
Okay, yeah, I remember this. The disgusting fry oil.
Part of my duties, yes, I was a cook there. Part of my duties was changing the fry oil, and Beef O'Brady's, known for its wings, was the oil got very dirty and very nasty, as I'm sure you can imagine. And I had to, what we would do is we would clean oil first, fryer, we go all the way down to 5. We would recycle the oil, and then you use the kind of the fries and the fried mushrooms and things of that nature in the first clean oil. You could use 2 or 3 as well. 3, you're pushing it, you're getting into not so good territory. 4 and 5, that's wing territory where you're throwing raw meat into the fryer. So every day I would have to go out and change 5, and it was very pungent, very stinky. You go to the grease trap, you'd open it up. I would hold my breath, dump the oil, and begin vomiting. Every morning I did this in college for many, many months, until the lady who owned the Beef O'Brady's happened to be walking by while I had the door open and saw me vomiting aggressively outside near the grease trap. And she went, "Oh my God, are you okay? Do you need to go home? Are you sick?" And I go, "No, I do this every day." And she went, "What? You do this every day?" And I said, "That's right." And she goes, "You're on lunch duty. You don't have to do this anymore." So that was the best. That was pretty awesome.
I do this every day.
I did. I mean, that was my job, and I was just like, this is just part of the job. I'm gonna have to upchuck whatever I ate that morning. It's just part of the deal. But then I got lunch duty. It was so sick. It was just like you went in, made food, didn't have to do any opening, no closing, didn't have to get any of the soups out, cut up vegetables, none of that. You just went in, made some burgers, made some wings, and yeah, that was awesome. But that was I had a very brief. So I can't really imagine like a customer. Like, have you ever had a customer get mad at you? Oh no!
What do you think?
It sounds like I figured. I knew that you had a good story for this.
I have a few. Well, I've been fired several times from different establishments, mostly in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
For different reasons. So I'd be like, oh, okay, I just got fired for this. And you process and you go, okay, we probably shouldn't do that anymore. And then I'd get a new job and then I would get fired for something totally different. And I'm like, okay. And then I would get a new job and get fired for something different. And I'm like, what the is wrong with me? Like I remember one time thinking like, do I just think the rules don't apply to me, whatever they are? But probably the most like aggressive I got was I used to work at an Embassy Suites in Southfield, Michigan, which
Embassy Suites kind of on par with like with not maybe a little bit nicer than a Motel 8, but not as nice as like a Marriott, right? Like
that sounds about right.
Okay.
It's pretty like I don't want to say slightly substandard.
Yeah.
But it like pretends like it's a really nice hotel.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It tries to put lipstick on a pig.
Gotcha.
So, and they have like, it's probably like fake nice food. Like they offer steaks and ribeyes and New York strips and stuff like that, but it's probably like not great quality is what I'm guessing. So anyways, we had this person come in. He was a giant man. I'm not going to describe anything else about him, but he was a giant man.
Giant man.
Giant man.
You don't want to describe it?
That's it.
Okay.
Brown hair.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Brown or black?
Between brown and black.
Okay.
Not going to say anything else.
Okay.
He was drinking Hennessy. I'm not going to say.
Playing really loud music. Talking during the movies.
Dark eyes.
Okay. Dark eyes. Say no more. Say no more.
Anyways, he ordered maybe the most expensive steak on the menu.
Can I ask you something? Did his name have an apostrophe in it? His first name?
It may have.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I don't know his name. I didn't know his name.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's not.
Giant man.
It's not consequential to the story, so it doesn't really matter.
I'll say that he was using a lot of like slang.
Okay.
Some of which I did not understand.
Okay.
Okay.
So he was like a Zoomer, like a young kid.
Nope.
6'7", that type of stuff.
No.
Okay.
No, he was about 6'4".
Maybe a basketball player is what you're
probably
saying.
not.
Okay.
Probably like maybe if I can kind of recall between like 330 and 350 pounds.
Wow.
Like a big guy.
Okay.
Big man.
Yeah.
Like maybe his name rhymed with Marmel or something.
Sure.
Something like that.
Say no more.
Say any more.
No more. I think the picture has been painted and it's not consequential to the story. Just know it's a large guy. In fact, let's not even say guy, a person. Large person.
It was a dude. It was a guy.
All right. I think that's too much.
He may have been with a woman. I'm almost certain that he was.
Can I guess the woman that he was with?
Yeah.
White and husky, the large, I'm going to say.
I can't fully recall, but of what I can kind of remember, no, not that.
Okay.
Mostly, and I'm just sheer probability would suggest that where I worked, that was probably a low probability. That makes
Was she wearing Cookie Monster pajama pants? And was it 1 p.m.?
No,
Okay.
it was definitely in the evening, probably around 6, 7, maybe 8 p.m. even. But they were both drinking Hennessy, and I'll just say this: the woman was wearing very large hoop earrings.
Okay, say no more. No more needs to be said. We got it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that's good.
Her hair wasn't real.
Okay,
that was obvious. Okay,
say no more. All has been said.
Right. Okay.
Got it.
So they order the most expensive thing on the menu. And then you're not going to believe this. Well, you're not going to believe this at all. They finished the food. They finished all the food.
Yeah.
And then he came up to me. I was a bartender, so I was at the bar. And he came up to me and he said, it wasn't good. I'm sending it back. Okay. And I said, what are you sending back? The bone?
Right.
I said, I don't think you could send that back. You ate all the food. He goes, I didn't like it. I go, well, then why did you eat it? He goes, I don't like it, and I want to speak to a manager. And I was like, fine. And then as he turned away to walk, I audibly whispered the D word.
Oh God, I thought you were going to say
no, not the other word.
Okay.
Just a very utilitarian, non-denominational kind of insult.
Okay.
A D word.
Yeah.
Richard.
Right.
Dick.
Got it.
Dick Richard. I was just like, Dick Richard. And I think maybe he kind of turned to the side, whatever. We get him sorted. Obviously, I just throw it. I go out. I'm guessing in my mind, I'm like, I'm probably not going to get a tip from this guy for a multitude of reasons. One being I called him a Dick Richard.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he heard me. It's probably the main reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, his meal was comped because otherwise it may have been a hate crime, someone said.
Yeah.
So
how?
Manager, big like a vanilla skinned man.
Yeah.
The Caucasian variety. And I think he was just like,
please don't cause a scene.
So I was like, all right. So we let that go.
That's crazy, though. Mm-hmm. That is really announcing to the world that you can just do that anywhere you go and just, get free meals. Much.
Well, apparently it didn't end there because I thought I was in the clear. I continued to show up to work. Everything was cool. Things were super. And then it must have been about a week and a half later, the hotel manager asked to see me in his office. I was like, I hope he's going to SA me and not fire me because I need the money. But unfortunately, he calls me in and he goes, hey, does the name, I don't know, Mr. Bigsby, I'm just saying, I don't know, ring a bell? I go, yeah, it does. And then he said, did you call him a Dick Richard? No. Prove it, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no. And he's like, well, they complained. They said you did this, so you're fired.
Wait a minute. So you must have did something that they were looking for an excuse because, yeah, you're right. How can you prove it? And the guy was a Richard.
Yes. Well, I then heard later that many of the people that worked there, I suppose, were trying to, let's just say, lessen the diversity of the staff. Now, that could have just been because a bunch of bitter white people got fired. But that's what they told me, is that there was a woman who we affectionately called, I think it was either Brown Sugar or Brown Sugar Mama. Okay. So she was in charge, and it just seemed like all of the hiring choices that they made were kind of going in one direction. I was kind of like an outlier. I worked with a lovely lady named Kiana, spelled not like you would expect, lots of apostrophes. And then there was one woman that they hired on, and they said, yeah, we got a new girl on the bar owner. You're going to train her. Her name is Tanqueray. And I said, what?
Like that?
What? I said, like the mid-shelf gin? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. And then I got fired. So yeah, I got fired for calling a guy a Dick Richard for trying to send back a meal that he had fully consumed. And again, it wasn't like he got a grilled cheese. It was at least, I would say, a $45 steak.
Wow.
And his woman too. She sent hers back because she didn't like it either, even though it was all in her.
So
tummy.
you're talking like over $100, pretty much.
Oh yeah, and then because they complained about me, I'm sure they gave them all the drinks for free and everything.
Sounds like they got their whole. See, that encourages bad behavior. I don't know if that would still fly today, but yeah, if you could just complain, eat, and then just make an ass out of yourself, at least you'll get the free meal.
Yeah,
that's not good. I feel like I wish we could find your former supervisor, because that just seems like that they were looking for a reason. I want to get a performance review on your time there. Were you a good employee?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then I remember getting escorted out by the guy who had hired me 3 months before. And I just remember being like, really, Andrew? Like, what do you think I'm going to do? He's like, it's just protocol. He's just like, shadowing you because he doesn't know if you're going to start picking up a chair and start throwing it or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, those are actually the people you should be firing. And they're here.
I guarantee you Tangeray threw a chair on her way out.
I later realized who she reminded me of, and it was Cardi B.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing Cardi B and I'm like, I've seen that face.
Love
and
that.
I was like, that's Tangeray. So that was my time as a bartender for Embassy Suites.
Don't make enough money for that. Certainly. You don't make enough money to get a frappe thrown in your face. And you don't make enough money to clean the fryer traps and barf outside every morning. You just don't.
No.
I saw this too. Tampa International Airport has a very good social media person who is good with. Do you know who it is?
No, I just I agree because they do like funny stuff.
They do. They had something with the stupid flamingo statue thing. I know that went viral at one point, but they made a post on Instagram earlier this week that said no more pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day. They wrote that in social media. People started taking it seriously, and I think a lot of people feel this way. Like, I don't think you need to, put on a suit necessarily or a pantsuit, wherever the equivalent for a lady is, but just like proper clothing. Because I don't know, you went to the airport recently. There's a lot of pajamas and flip-flops, and it's a little much, I think, for being out in public. People want to be comfy. People bring blankies with them to sleep on the plane.
A problem?
I mean, I feel like, I
feel personally attacked.
Why is that you?
I could improve my wardrobe for the airport.
Well, what do you wear? I have a feeling you wear a hoodie and, some sweatpants.
Okay, yes, that's what I wear.
I think that's pushing it, but that's okay.
But I wear closed-toed shoes. I don't wear slides. I don't wear Birkenstocks with socks.
Closed-toed shoes.
I wear like athletic shoes. I do wear sweatpants. But I feel like the sweatpants are appropriate because it's not really pajamas, it's athletic wear.
Yeah.
And I do wear a hoodie.
It's a hack because it is like pretty much pajama pants. I mean, they're comfy, fuzzy pink.
They have a cinched like bottom.
Yeah.
So whatever. Or I would used to wear joggers, but then my ass got too fat for the ones I bought. So stopped wearing them. I didn't want to attract too much unwanted attention. Because I feel like they also don't look good on me. Like, when an ass is like, maybe you don't agree. I don't know how you feel about that. But like you can have a pH, like, can I say pH fat?
Yeah.
Booty. Mm-hmm. And like it be good and or bad.
Sure.
Like there are fat booties that are like, ooh, that's juicy. That's nice. It pops like where it should. And then there's also like a fat butt where you're like, ooh, there's
a difference.
There's a difference. And usually like the bad fat butts, they're enormous and non-existent at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel about it? There's a threshold, right, where you can have a good fat booty and a bad fat booty.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you my answer in the uncensored bonus time because I might need to use some words that are not appropriate. So we're going to say goodbye to Radio St. Pete and our regular podcast feed listeners. Thank you all for tuning in. Join us Wednesdays, 6 p.m. where we are live on YouTube, willsyoutube.com. Go sign up for the Substack, HMBradio.substack.com. There's a free and paid version there. good way to support the show. Thank you, Brian, for the super chat. We appreciate that. Oh, that's another thing. You can participate in super chat and other chats too. We try to go through and read those, so it's fun. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. I am a fan of a PHAT ass.
A fat ass.
I don't know what man isn't.
There are boob guys who are just like not super.
I mean, I'm both.
In the extreme.
Both. In the extreme. Still not, none of them are big enough for a man like myself. Any of them. I can tell you that much.
Oh my word.
I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, I mean, there's a fat ass and a fat ass are two different things. I mean, if you got the dimples and the kind of cellulite in there, then
you don't like that?
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Why not?
It
has texture.
I don't want
an ass that's seen some things.
Because you know why I don't like it? Because that's my ass. And I don't want my ass. I want somebody else's ass. Okay. I see my non-existent keister, my fat, like you said, it's fat and it's not there. It's like
enormous and invisible at the same time.
It's like 2 chicken thighs coated in cottage cheese back there. Raw, just no sun. I'm pretty tan right now. Got some good color, but boy, anything from where the bathing suit would be up is just fluorescent, and it's not a good look. It looks bad. So I don't want my booty in when I'm trying to, do stuff.
I got it.
Does that make sense?
It does. So which one? What emphasis is like the bad one, where you're like, that's a fat ass, like that's bad, right?
Fat ass is
bad.
You got a fat ass. Fat ass. No, that's you put some accent on, you put some stank on it. That's when you're like, yeah.
Okay.
That's when it's good.
Excellent.
But the pajamas at the airport are out of control. And it's funny that they posted that because obviously they see it every day. I mean, just people have no shame in what they'll wear or not wear at the airport.
First off, J Snow X, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that
J Snow X? Yes.
Do you remember Jaden Snow? That's not her, is it?
I don't know.
Well, thank you very much about the comment about the eyebrows. I do manicure them quite regularly.
Where'd you get that?
I think it was the last one that I had nice eyebrows.
Oh yeah.
I will take any compliment I can get at this age and this point in my life. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
The pajamas, they are getting a little bit excessive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I am pretty slovenly. I am pretty slummy. Even on my trip to Israel, as soon as Chris left, my dad sidebarred me with a conversation about how I need to get it together because Chris will no longer find me attractive if I keep wearing what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So that was great to start off a 18-hour plus excursion to the Middle East.
Sure.
But I did actually take it to heart, and I've been better lately. But anyways, really where I draw the line, I mean, I don't love the proper pajama pants. I don't love the socks and sneakers. But what I do find to be abysmal is people will show up in fucking slippers. Like fuzzy, like slippers with the, like the shitty bottoms that are kind of like
they're they're meant to be worn in the house.
Yes, they're like Asian people in the house slippers, and they are commuting across the country in those shoes.
Walking in the bathrooms and in just the airport in general, outside, walking around in them. Yeah, they have no support, no cushion, a thin layer. In fact, the fabric of the sandal will kind of overlap onto that rubber piece sometimes, so it's not shoes. They're not shoes,
and you're not walking because you shuffle because you'll lose the slipper if you properly walk. So you shuffle, meaning both feet are on the floor at all times. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because when you walk, it's 1 foot. When you run, sometimes it's 0 feet. But when you shuffle, it's both feet.
Yeah.
So come on.
It's not. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm going to say this.
Okay.
And it's just something I've noticed. So I'm sorry, but it's a lot of black ladies doing this. I know.
Oh, I forgot we're in the uncensored portion.
They could not. Yeah. they could not enforce this because they would get so many civil rights lawsuits. I think there was part of them that's like, this is for real. We should enforce this. But if they did,
that's a racist.
Yeah, there would be a lot of civil rights
lawsuits. It's maybe that, but it's also a lot of young people too. Like Gen Z don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, I don't know. I have like mixed feeling about
pajamas, though. They're wearing like furry costumes to the airport.
I mean, I've seen a lot of like kids who are probably 17, maybe 16 to 18, maybe even younger, and they come with full on pajama pants, and they're of every color and ethnicity, and they love their socks with their slides. And I get it, like it's comfortable. You're gonna be sitting on a plane, but also you're like out in public. And that's coming from me, and I'm a slummy bitch. Like I do not like to wear makeup. I don't like to make myself look nice. And then at the same time in my head, I hate the fact that I'm like, why am I not more attractive? It's like, I don't even try bare minimum. You know what I mean?
You got good eyebrows.
Thank you. Well, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. The slippers. And then on top of it, it's not just like any slippers. It's the slipper that's like open-toed slippers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's like the furry strap. And then like you said, just a rubber sole.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what do we... That's not a shoe. It's not a shoe. It's a slipper.
It's not a shoe. And I mean, just have some self-respect for yourself. I don't think, like I said, I don't think you need to wear a suit. This isn't Mad Men era where you have to wear a suit to get on an airplane. And I know, like, I do the same thing, but like a t-shirt, you can't put just a regular t-shirt and no pajama pants. Just like, I think the sweatpants is the hack. Because it is pajama pants, but they're a little nicer.
Yeah. Can I ask, like, why the crop top? Some people can pull it off at the airport. Sometimes I'll see girls in like a midriff.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're pulling it off. Even if you are pulling it off, this is just my opinion. I think it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids there. You know, I mean, I guess if you want to turn a lot of dads to turn their heads and piss off their wives because you're walking in with your sexy 20-year-old body and your belly ring showing, but like just maybe have a little bit more grace and tact. I don't know. But then there's a lot of people that are doing it that are not playing off, also getting probably maybe even more looks than the hotties, but for the wrong reasons, right?
Right.
Those are the ones I'm locked in on, like, oh my God. Damn.
Yeah, people don't. I mean,
no shame.
You have to respect it to some degree. Where you're just like, man, you just don't. You
wish
really
I had that
don't
self-confidence.
care. Yeah, I wish.
I wish I did. Do you know when I see these? And I know we've talked about this before, but like these influencers, and I've been trying to stay off Instagram lately. I've maybe like go 5 days clean, but I follow these fatties, and they are just absolutely shameless. Bringing a camera into a dressing room as they try on bras and bikinis, and their bodies like make me sick. I look at them, I'm like, that's disgusting. I wouldn't even want to be caught dead in public looking like that, let alone online for millions of people to see, and not just in normal clothes, but like nude. You're nude. You're basically nude, and just no shame. Just my body is beautiful.
Body positivity.
Nope. No, it ain't. But please continue. Please proceed, because you're making me feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah. Well, that sort of content. It kind of fills both needs. You either watch it because you're like, yeah, this person rocks, and they're showing that big bodies can be beautiful, and then there's people like you who are watching it. They're like, you got a fat ass, not a PHAT ass. You got a fat ass, and I hate watch it. So they get a lot of views either way, and that's really all that matters. At the end of the day, is that view count.
Yeah, and then they say things. Well, I'm just baffled at how they come to the conclusions that they come to. So, for example, they go like, I was really worried about starting a social media account because I was worried about the things that people would say to me. But like, you guys make me feel so good and comfortable. And then I go through the comments, and it's like, die, you fat pig, fucking whale, eat a salad. Like, it's just hundreds of hate comments. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, you feel better and you just keep posting? What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like being humble is like a vice and not a virtue anymore. Being modest is a vice and not a virtue anymore. People are so obsessed. If I hear this word anymore, vulnerability or being vulnerable. That's another one I hate. And then the authenticity.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I need to be authentically me. When did like authenticity become like this amazing virtue for people that doesn't mean that you have to strip down naked and show your fat body.
But also too, just like you could be a piece of shit. You're just like, well, I'm being my authentic self. And it's like, you shouldn't be that because you're a piece of shit.
You need to change.
And pieces of poo-poo. People don't like that. That's not a good thing. We shouldn't encourage that.
But also, please continue because I
embarrass yourself online.
I can't even imagine, even if like, and maybe if I was like, you know, like a hot chick, but whatever, even just like a normal bodied person like myself, like nothing special, but nothing like.
You're not normal bodied. You're a freak.
What?
You're a weird, skinny, petite lady. You don't have a normal body.
That's so funny because like in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm disturbed. So I'm like, oh, I'm fat. I'm gaining weight. I'm gross, you know, but whatever.
You're Grover.
Right.
You're Grover.
Dallas Buyers arms guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a funny
You're Matthew McConaughey.
Yes,
that's your
AIDS.
body.
Oh, here we go.
From
Dallas Buyers Club.
That's it. Dallas.
This was a bit on the Johnny B show like 8 years ago or something, and the side by side was frightening. Yeah, it's when he's like, yeah.
Where is it? Where's a good?
Maybe it's that one.
Is this it?
Maybe not. I feel like
there was one where he had his arms out.
He had like a wife beater on or something.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't find it.
There it is. That one. Yes, that was it. That's basically what my arms look like. And I remember Will saying this. He got a big pop on it, which was funny and terrifying for me. But he's like, you look like an athletic 55-year-old man. You know, like just doesn't have any T anymore.
Yeah.
Needs some TRT. Mm-hmm. Like a little too lean, but like looks jacked, but isn't just because the body fat is low.
Yeah.
But I can't even imagine myself with my Matthew McConaughey body taking
Matthew McConaughey with AIDS.
With AIDS body into a dressing room and undressing and putting on all these different. Now, mind you, if they were just putting on like dresses, fine, which they do. But for some reason, every single chick has to show you the transition. Now it makes sense because maybe if they're like hot and they got a nice fat ass, whatever. But the fatties will also do it. They will show you themselves undressing to put on the new dress. I'm like, you could have just edited that out.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Why didn't you?
You know the reason why.
Why didn't you?
You know the
Kelsey!
reason why. You know why.
Why?
I see it often too. It's a good like little skirt around. Like, I'm not a hoe, but you're a hoe. You're getting down to your bra and your panties many times. I've seen that, and it's just like, no, I'm just doing a fashion thing. I'm just trying.
This is my body. I shouldn't be ashamed of my body.
But it's not. They're not even really focusing on that. Like I've seen them where they're just like, I'm a fashion guru, and I'm gonna, show you the latest looks. But they leave in them in bras and panties, which is a little whorish. I'm not saying it's wrong necessarily, but you're not being your authentic self when you're trying to, hide this, because you're right. They could have just said, here's this outfit. Here's what I like about it. Here's what I don't. And then you could go to another one and do that instead of showing the
transition of like, ooh, and they'll turn around from the back so that they're like topless, but you don't see their breasts. You just see the like naked back.
Mm-hmm.
I see that a lot. I'm like, okay. But then I'm like loving it because I'm like, you're so gross. And one of them I watch it, and I don't know people online, so I sound ridiculous saying this, but she seems like a nice lady. She's like in her late 20s, like she's just trying to live her life. She got in like a really bad car accident, fucked up her leg, made her even fatter. Like I feel really bad. Anyways, she got down to her underwears, and dude, couldn't see them because her belly was so big, it just hung over all of it. So she was just like, I'm like, I hope you have panties on. You look naked. You look freaking naked. And I love it. I keep making content, Kelsey. We love it.
I mean, probably a lot of subscribers, a lot of views, a lot of content, comments. I mean, probably doing pretty well. Probably maybe even some endorsements, making money.
She's been on Dr. Phil. She's killing it.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. And like, she's not being a hoe. She's just, showing.
I'm a lifestyle vlogger.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a content creator.
Right. Yeah.
You just took a video of yourself cleaning your house, which I also like to watch. It tickles a weird part of my brain.
Yeah, frumping around the house.
Yeah. I like things going from messy to clean. I like that. Because I'm the same way. Like I cleaned the house for like an hour last night, or Monday night, and it was really annoying. But when I was done, I felt so good.
Yeah.
The kitchen is clean. Everything is spotless. Bathrooms, because toilets smell like shit, because that's what happens in them.
Yeah.
So I just cleaned all of it. Yeah. And I was just like proud of them, proud of myself. And the thing is with me, I don't know how it is in your household, but like I try not to nag the boyfriend about doing stuff. The only time I nag him is this scenario, which really grinds my gears, is there'll be like a mess in the living room, say. And I will say like, oh, that's interesting. I will say, can I move this elsewhere? And he goes, don't touch my stuff.
Yeah.
So now I just got to sit looking at all these fucking boxes for 2 weeks.
Damn.
But listen, because my hands are just like itching to just take that shit and throw it in the garage.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want to see it.
Right.
And I'm not a nagger in the sense like I will do it. I'll say I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll wake up an hour early. I'll go to bed an hour later. I'll do it. And he goes, no, don't touch my stuff.
Yeah.
Stuck. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. It's not like I'm actually the clean freak in our home. Not that my soon to be lovely wife is dirty. She's not by any means, but I don't like a lot of clutter around
Same.
I like to give the counters a quick wipe down, maybe even a few times a day.
Ooh, perfect. I mean, what I hear.
Yeah, it's just what I like to do. But if sometimes things will go and I see how far I can push it to see how long it takes for something to get done. And if it's
that's a bad experiment.
It is. But if it's just too long, then I just do it. And I don't complain about it. I just we're on different wavelengths. She can deal with a little more clutter and stuff than I can. And that's not her fault. It's not my fault. It just is the way it is. And if I want to change that, I have to clean it.
And I promise you will feel like so much less anger and contempt for someone if you just do it.
Yeah.
Because when you're just sitting there waiting for a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a week, then you're just like, every time you see it, you get angry. Or if you just clean it yourself, most of the time it doesn't even take that long.
No, you
just get it done, and now it's clean to your liking. But then the problem is this person maybe wakes up earlier than you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, what is this? I just cleaned the kitchen. Why are there crumbs?
All dirty again.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess we're kind of more on the same wavelength in terms of like organization, cleanliness. And again, like my partner isn't dirty at all, but he can walk into a room. Let me know you're where you're at. And maybe it's because you and I are slightly more neurotic than our partners. But if I walk into a room and it's messy and dirty, I can't focus because I just see mess everywhere. And when I see mess, it equals work to be done. And I can't focus and chill and relax when I see work in front of me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. I mean, again, it's just one of those things you just gotta, if it bothers you, you gotta do it. But he won't let you.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
When it's like he is like,
but he's like, don't touch my stuff in here. You want to move it.
Yeah. Not all the time. Not when it's like cleaning the kitchen or something like that. But if there's some things in the living room, like with boxes, whether they be cardboard or like stuff he's rearranging in the garage. And I'm always like, immediately ask for a timeline. I'm like, how long are these going to live here for?
Yeah.
Like tomorrow maybe? And then I just, hope for the best, but expect worse.
I live very simply. When I lived by myself, I had like a pan. I had a couple dishes, a couple forks, and I would just wash them as I used them.
Same.
And I didn't want to have a lot of stuff. My wife is a collector.
Yeah.
She she'll just steal. She'll steal from restaurants. If there's like a cute little sauce container, that's coming home with us. If there's tiny forks,
Forget about it.
That is coming home with us. That is, I tip a little extra on that one because I know like this little adorable little fork is going in our silverware drawer. So we have a lot of stuff. I looked in the Tupperware drawer the other day. I don't know what to do with that thing. That is easier because it's a cabinet. You open it. Oh my God. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
But then you can close it. I don't see
out of
it
sight,
anymore.
out of mind.
As long as I don't see it, it's fine. But it is a fucking disaster.
Let me ask you this.
The linen closet.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Not organized.
I organized it when she left. She left for a week. I was like, I'm gonna throw away.
Shit. Yeah.
And I did.
Good.
And I was like, I wonder if she's gonna know.
She is now.
She knows a little bit, but she didn't know the full extent.
Yeah.
But it's just jam-packed again.
Let me ask you this. So when your partner takes or steals stuff, my partner, I wouldn't say it like he likes to take lots of like packets, you know, he'll grab, like we'll be at maybe Publix and he likes to grab all of the relishes.
Yeah.
I go, do you even eat relish? What are we doing?
Eats them out of the container, sucks them like a seedy snack.
Or he'll like just get like just a handful of mustard packets and then just throws them on the counter when he gets home. And then I'm like, can I put this in the drawer? And he goes, don't touch my stuff.
Yeah.
And I go, I just want to, like you said, just throw it in the drawer and then I don't have to see it. He goes, no, because I got to take all the old ones in the drawer, sort those out, throw those away so we can put the new ones in to then throw out in 5 months when they're the old ones. I'm like, what are we doing? Can I tell you what we did this weekend though? Very satisfying. We threw away maybe 80% of our groceries in the pantry.
Yeah.
Because they were 3, 4, 5 years old. I'm like, oh, this is October 2021. Why is this in here? And we looked, dude, it must have been $500 worth of stuff.
Yeah, you had a whole other presidency. You had Trump and then Biden, and those were still in your closet. And now you got Trump again.
When was that? 2019?
I just did that the other day too. Same thing. It felt so good.
Oh,
got rid
so
of
good.
So much stuff.
And of course, he opens the pantry and it's like 2 empty shelves, and he's like, we gotta start buying stuff to fill these shelves. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
we don't. You eat what's left, and then maybe you. But because what he does, and maybe other people are the same way. It's a sickness people have. I'm Jewish. I don't have this. It's not a deal if you don't use it. I'm going to say that again. It's not a steal. It's not a good deal. It's not a bargain if you don't use it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money.
Right.
So all those BOGO, I'm going to get like 15 different types of oatmeal. Bitch, you don't eat oatmeal. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. So it's not a good deal if you don't use it. So it can be tempting. You go, oh my God, it's BOGO at Publix. It's actually a decent price if you use the product.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And I guess a lot of people, deal with that too. I feel like I'm pretty good with I don't even really shop at like Publix anymore. I'm an Aldi man now.
Yeah.
So like it's just I got a bag of apples for like $1.20.
Damn.
Like a whole bag of apples.
Kind.
They were the green granny.
Oh, you like those?
Julia does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got them for her because she was buying, 2 apples at Publix.
So that's
one of them would go in the garbage because she didn't get to it in time, and it was like $4 for 2 apples.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm telling you, if you're not shopping at, this is not a paid advertisement, obviously, but Aldi is for the basics, like actual real food, as far as things that you should consume. Maybe not snacks. You don't want to get like soap or laundry detergent or things like that there, because that's where they sneak in the markups. But a dozen eggs for $1.60,
that's insane.
In this current year we're in, that's a deal.
Yeah,
man, that's the way to do it. I got a pack of for Super Bowl. I got the chicken legs, which I don't really like.
They smelled good.
They were pretty good. They got the tendon in there, and you kind of got to eat around it. It's not great. You can do the lollipop, which I tried to do, but I didn't have a sharp enough knife, so I couldn't get through.
What is that?
It's where you cut where you like grab the leg and you chomp it. You like cut the tendon at the bottom, and then you kind of pull it up, and out, so there's just the meat remains.
So gross.
It was pretty gross too, but I didn't have a sharp enough knife to do that. But I think it was like $2.99 or something.
Damn.
For I think I had 12 legs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's a deal. Cheese is cheap and they got good stuff.
Listen, Aldi is great. I need to make it. Sometimes I forget about Aldi. I'm always going to Walmart, honestly.
Yeah,
I got my guy there. Shout out to Todd, who must be such a disappointment to his parents. He's Asian and he's such a loser. He's got like a missing tooth. I'm just like, what the hell happened, Todd? I overheard him saying like, yeah, man, I'm getting back on it. I just got my license back. It was suspended for like a year. I think you got a DUI, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, it's just such a surprise. And he's not like Asian, like from an Asian country. He's fully American.
Oh, okay. That was.
You know what I mean? Because there are like some like older Indian guys and gals who work there, and it's like, I get it. You just got here. Your kid is probably in physics school, MIT, you know, whatever. But no, Todd, born and bred, U.S., missing a tooth, Asian, and not half, full Asian. And he's at Walmart, so I'm a fan. I see him a lot.
Yeah, gotta love that.
He's such a fan favorite. People walk in and they're just like, "What up, Todd?" He's like, "Hey!"
Missing tooth.
He's
and
like
all.
the celebrity of our family Walmart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then you should continue to shop there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's a way to go. I'm telling you, you gotta try out Aldi. Yogurt.
I don't love their yogurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, don't you just get plain yogurt? Or
not
do you
all
like
yogurts were meant the same. No, were made the same. No, I only eat Faggy. Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Phage. Yes. The other, here's the thing, like Greek yogurt, unflavored, 0% fat is already a little sour. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
And then some of these brands are just like so gross. And Aldi is just not great. But like you said, with eggs or bread or lettuce or any sort of produce, like it is the place to be.
Wow. Love that.
May we end on a note?
Oh yes. Yeah, I totally forgot.
God,
yeah.
we are 1 month out.
Yeah.
To William's wedding.
Yeah. I'm going to get my marriage license tomorrow.
Oh my God. Can I just get, and the people want, and by the people I mean me, they want a vibe check.
Yeah.
We kind of were discussing this with your lovely fiance downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little nervous. You're a little just like anxious about it. And I think it was because you were like not used to being the center of attention.
Well, I'm anxious about, this is the thing. I'm anxious about everything, but this is just a huge deal.
Yes.
For, at least for me and our families and all that.
And me.
And well, you're part of the family.
Thank you.
But
getting Botox for it.
Oh,
oh yeah.
Are you? Where?
At a place in Tampa.
Okay.
It's not like a little den, like it's a nice med spa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have, she's like my injector, if I can even call her that. It sounds weird. She's a registered nurse, but anyways, go on.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, it's just a big event.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all. And there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong.
Like what? Let's go through them.
Oh, I don't know.
The weather.
Yeah, that would be a big one. The clothes not fitting.
Are you gonna?
Maybe you have diarrhea that day.
Diarrhea. Can't you take what can you take for that? I forget what it's called.
Imodium.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure.
Sometimes it doesn't always work. If you have a bad case.
Is it negated by alcohol?
It might be.
Wait, what did you say about the clothes not fitting? I mean,
I rented a clothing from a store, and I called this morning and left a message like, am I supposed to go try this on? And are you supposed to like do one fitting to make sure I'm good?
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from them.
So what do? They take your measurements and then you pick up the suit and then they go, we'll call you.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but I haven't heard from them and they haven't returned my calls. So, listen, I'm excited, but also it's just a lot. It's just a big event. So obviously I'm anxious about it. What?
Who's going to take care of your cats?
Oh, I'm sure my dad will.
Isn't he going to the wedding?
Yeah, but they'll be fine for a few days. He's only staying for a few. They have an automatic feeder, automatic water, and they can shit in the box for a few days without it being an issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, and I'm a little stressed out too about work because I'm a person that can't have emails piling up, and I know that because I can't bring my computer to like the wedding and the honeymoon.
No,
I'm not allowed. That would be I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
if I did that.
Yeah, you need to be present.
So I know I'm gonna come back to like 500 emails, and it's gonna make me sick when I open the computer. That sounds. I know that's like not a big deal, but to me it is.
No, I get it.
Just missing work for that long. But no, I think it's gonna be obviously it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be super fun. But it's just a big event.
I got it.
I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine. I think she's blowing it out of proportion as far as what she thinks my nerves are, and I don't think it's quite as bad as what she's saying.
Well, I think it's more so the pressure where a lot of people are coming and driving and flying out of town.
Yep.
You want them to have a good time, to have a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you can control the weather, but yeah, it would like suck if everyone's like, "Oh, my dress is what." You're like, "Oh God, I'm sorry." Like,
yeah.
Just want everything, or they're like, I don't like the food, or everyone has diarrhea at the wedding because they got sick the night before from, the welcome drinks and all the food there. I get it. It's a lot of pressure. You just want everyone to be cool and enjoy themselves, but also, you want to also try to be present as well because this is a big day for you guys. Everybody remembers their wedding day for the rest of their life until they get Alzheimer's, like my grandma.
Yeah. Gary, thank you, buddy. $4.99 super chat. Caught it live. Yes, sir. Awesome. 6 p.m. Gary. Be here next week at the start.
Can I answer Joe's question?
Yes.
Yes, I did. I got an outfit. It is a dress. It's a very pretty dress. There was at one point I was like looking at dresses that were like a little too cream white. I was like, nope. Nope, can't be doing that.
Be careful.
So yeah, I got a nice dress on a Black Friday sale, and yeah, very excited about it.
Yeah,
very excited about it.
Well, we'll be sure. We'll definitely take pictures and we'll show you guys if you care about that sort of stuff. But I'll show you anyways, even if you don't care. Phil, super sticker. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Long time listener. I know Phil. Anything else? I know you had a story. Do you want to tell the story or you want to save it for next week?
Oh, that story?
Yeah.
You want to save it? Should I just talk about it now? Do you want to do like 10 more minutes?
Sure.
Okay. I'm really just looking for advice.
Okay.
Maybe from you, maybe from the listeners.
Lay it on me.
Everyone is dying around us. My mom's family specifically. Not talking about the Iranian Ayatollah and the regime. I'm talking about my mom's family. And
my mom's dad is Ayatollah
Khomeini. So my mom's uncle she has two uncles that are, they're brothers. And one of them is like going to die soon for sure. He's like in his 90s. And
does he have a disease or
just not? He's like 95.
Just not doing it.
Yeah. I think he had a stroke or something, and it's like a part of my family that I've like effectively ignored for the past decade. So I was like, how do I proceed? I never inquired about my cousin's like kid or work. Like I haven't seen this guy since a wedding that happened in 2017. Like maybe a few text messages were exchanged between now and then.
Yeah.
I didn't go to his wedding. Anyways, now his dad is dying. And so I was like, what do I do? So I was like, maybe I should just stay out of it. But then I'm like, no, I'd rather like try to reach out. So I did. I said, I'm sorry. I heard about your dad and he's going to die soon, bud. So say your goodbyes. Although this uncle, if I may just give you a little bit of family tea, I have a very distinct memory. His name is Uncle Jerry. And I was 17. I was with my cousin. Andrew, who's 2 years older than me. We were driving with my father.
Is this the one you were in love with, the cousin that you thought was hot?
Yeah.
It's all right.
This was probably in the early 2000s, and we were driving. This was obviously before my parents' divorce. We're driving a car with my father. It's me, Andrew, and my dad, and we're driving. And my dad, out of nowhere, complete non sequitur. This motherfucker cannot keep a secret to save his life. And he goes, Hey, do you guys want to know something about Uncle Jerry? And we're like, yeah. And he goes, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. And I go, Dad, what the fuck? And he's like, okay, Uncle Jerry has a situation in his marriage. Mind you, he was married his whole life, where he has sex with this Filipino woman. Nice. Ew, what the?
How old was Jer at this time?
Oh, he was probably in his like 70s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this relationship had been going on for like 40 years.
Wow.
Because I learned later that his wife, Marianne, R.I.P., she died. She was like asexual. And the only time apparently she had sex, she conceived her son, which is my mom's cousin.
Wow.
So, but outside of that, she wanted nothing to do with Jerry sexually. So he outsourced that job to some Filipino lady.
That's fair.
And I found out about it when I was 17 years old in the presence of my cousin and your
hot cousin.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I think the crush was like over at that point. It was definitely like raging when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And he was 16. And I remember just being like, oh my God.
Hunk.
I'm just like, this is so weird. And I remember looking it up on like Ask Jeeves or something, looking for support. I have a crush on my cousin, and everyone's
putting in a Microsoft Encarta disk into the PC. Cousin hot.
Apparently, it's like totally normal. And as soon as someone said online somewhere that it was like normal, I immediately felt better and like it went away. But it was the whole like, I'm a freak.
Yeah,
I know this person shares an eighth of my blood, and I don't think I wanted to like have sex with him, but I just like wanted to be like near him, like touch him, and like him to be like, you're cool, I like your style. And I'd be like, yeah. It's just weird.
Sure.
Anyways, yeah. So Uncle Jerry, I wasn't sure. Like, what do you do when you haven't reached out to family in a long time and something happens? Do you just do it, or do you just continue to ignore them forever? Because it's awkward. Because then they're going to say, where were you? Where were you for the last decade? And I could just spin around and be like, where were you?
Yeah.
Where were you?
It's hard. It's really hard. I kind of am going through this myself a little bit because I do have, family that I didn't invite to my wedding that are pretty close. I mean, they're like first cousins of mine that I didn't invite, but I haven't seen them in a long time. Once my bubby died, she was kind of the glue that kept everybody together, she was the center she was the gravitational pull. Yeah. So like we all for holidays got in the same place. But when she passed, we just didn't have that anymore. And like nobody reached out to me. And I'm kind of in a weird spot because I'm either 10 years older or 10 years younger than all the cousins. So I'm like kind of alone on my own island here. So I just didn't invite them. I just didn't invite him to the wedding. In this situation where somebody's going to pass,
I already reached out.
You did?
I did. I was just like, I was in my car and I had just spoken to my mom. I knew someone was going to die because my mom called me at work.
Text or call?
She called me at work like maybe 2 p.m.
Your mom?
My mom did. Yesterday.
When you reached out, text or call?
Well, here's what happened. Okay. She calls me at about 2 p.m. I don't answer. I'm at work. I don't even text her. And then she called me again, like at 8 p.m. And I'm like, oh, someone's dead. And then I called her back and I'm like, what's wrong? Who's dead? She's like, oh, Jerry's about to die. And I'm like, oh, that's why. I was like, because you don't call twice in one day. My mom would never call twice in one day if I didn't answer. So I knew someone was up. But she's like, I just want to let you know. And I'm just like, almost like, why? Just like, I feel so affected. No, so in that moment, I parked my car and I just said, like, shouldn't I? I go, just do it. then I messaged his son. And I'm like, I'm surprised I even had his number. And I was like, hey,
text.
Hey, I'm thinking of you. And then I don't want to be like thoughts and prayers because I don't do prayers. So I just go like thoughts.
Condolences.
I mean, he's not dead yet.
Well, still.
But he's going to die.
Yeah.
Soon.
Uh-huh.
So, but he graciously thanked me. And I hearted it.
I don't really talk to any of my family. I talk to my mom and dad and, the immediate ones. But even cousins, I don't talk to really aunts and uncles. No. And they don't like talk to me either. So
yeah.
It's not like it's kind of we're just in the same boat of the ether. There's just not, I don't think anybody's mad at anybody but it's kind of sad. I don't have any brothers or sisters either. So it's like, and
right.
You have sisters or one sister.
I haven't spoken to that one.
Yeah. You don't keep up with her anyways. So
I have tried.
It's unfortunate. I wish I had a closer, tighter knit family than I do, but I'm fine. It's like, I don't miss it. So I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think if I were in your shoes and somebody was.
I think that it just reach out because then you can at least say like I did, and if they get mad, like where have you been? You can just be like, this is a two-way street, friend.
Yeah,
like,
you can't really be mad. I don't think they'd be mad, but it's like, what's the point in reaching out, having a brief conversation, and then 10 years go by? You know what I mean?
You know what it is? It makes me feel better. I guess. Like it's for me. Like I feel like I did the right thing. I reached out to this person. It was a little bit awkward because I was like, I feel weird. Yeah. But then I think they didn't reach out to me either, which is fine. So it's a mutual thing, or we're just like not super interested in each other's lives. It's totally fine. But let me tell you, nothing brings a family closer together than talking smack about another family member.
Mm-hmm.
That is magic sauce for a relationship.
Yeah.
This happened with my sister briefly when we knew someone who was not well mentally and we're just talking trash. That was fun. And now it's like with my cousin, we speak about my other cousin who hates Jews, and he is Jewish.
Yeah.
So that
many such
fun.
Cases.
Yes.
Of that. Yeah.
My mom has my mom gave what is it called? Like an edict, I guess. She goes, I denounce and I reject. She said, so-and-so is no longer my nephew. I've disowned him. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Dang.
Okay. My mom is so silly. She's such a silly boomer. She called me concerned that she thought that our very, very liberal cousin, her nephew, my cousin, she's like, I think he was hacked. He's writing a lot of pro-Palestinian stuff on his social media. I go, not hacked. She goes, I think he's hacked.
Yeah, not hacked.
And then she finds out he wasn't hacked.
He's an Antifa. Yeah.
He hates Jews. He's an anti-Zionist Jew.
Mm-hmm.
So once my mom realized that he wasn't in fact hacked. Who hacks that? Like, what is he hacked by Al Jazeera? And he's got 300 followers. Like, what the hell? So, my mom is she's silly.
Yeah.
But
just can't. Yeah.
I think he's been hacked.
Yeah, he's been hacked. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your uncle. That's too bad. I know you're not particularly close with them or anything. But,
yeah.
Condolences.
Yeah. Again, not dead yet. It's not my uncle. It's my mom's. But yeah.
Your great uncle.
My great uncle who had a 50-year-long, I don't even know if you call it an affair because it was not secret, but it was like a tryst with a Filipino woman.
Maybe you should reach out to the Filipino woman.
Oh, that'd be great.
And see if she, does she know that he's?
Oh yeah, they're like partners now. As soon as the wife died, she
okay.
assumed the position. Could you imagine being with like some gross old Jewish guy like for 50 years?
How old is she?
She's like probably like 15 years younger than him.
Okay.
So she's like in her 70s.
Okay.
And apparently there's a bit of strife between her.
Does he have money?
My cousin.
Yeah.
His son. Does he have money? I think he's doing okay. He was a documentary filmmaker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's like a like back, he was like a cool Democrat back in the 90s kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to know what he thinks now. Obviously we can't because
what documentaries did he do? Anything?
He did a lot of stuff with like religion, like bridging the gap between like Jews and Christians or Jews and Muslims and stuff like that. Can I name a documentary? No, but I mean, I know his name. I can look it up. But
yeah,
very NPR-y type of stuff. He was on NPR a few times, so like good for him. But
so you might have some stashed away. So what's the beef between the? Is she Thai? Did you say?
I think she's Filipino.
Yeah. And so the son.
Well, apparently he had a birthday somewhat recently, like within the last couple months, and the son was like organizing it, and he goes, "This is family only," you know. And this woman wanted to invite this guy who was like her son, but not family. And the son, Jerry's son, said, "No, this is family only."
So
and
it's her boyfriend,
probably.
Yeah.
So there was just like some friction there. Also, the fact that like I found out at the same time his son found out that he was like having sex with this woman for 30 years at that point, and was partially the reason why Jerry wasn't around on weekends when his son was growing up, because he was commuting to get his dick wet.
Yeah.
So
awesome. Good dad.
I just remember when I found that out, I was like, that is vile.
Was he flying to the Philippines for this?
No. She lived here.
Okay.
She's been here since she was probably like 20, but she sounds like she's only been here a week kind of thing. I'm like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
But anyways, I think she lived maybe like 2 or 3 hours away. And I wanted to be like, how did they meet pre-internet? Because something tells me a massage parlor or something, some sort of service. How are you getting, tell me, how are you getting prostitutes or things of that nature, escorts or whatever you want to call them, girlfriends, pre-internet? I'm assuming the streets. Like, how does one?
Sure.
How do you do that? Just you go on the streets? Do you go to a massage parlor? Do you go on the yellow books? Like, where are you going to get that, Will?
I mean, I think you're onto something with the massage parlors. I think that would be a great spot. The streets, like you said, great spot. I don't know. I mean, maybe he was doing a documentary on the Philippines and Jews in the Philippines and ladies who like old Jews in the Philippines and making a documentary, and then something happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. So she's got a younger boyfriend waiting for him to kick off, collect the estate, and then
they're not married.
The guy will wait for. He probably left her something.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I would hope so.
That would piss
she's
me
like
off
taking care of him. She's like his caretaker now.
And maybe she deserves it.
So you're just like wife in waiting for 50 years.
Side piece to first place.
A side piece for like, I am not kidding, 40 to 50 years.
That's crazy.
Because I think they started doing it when she was in her early 20s, which is disgusting.
Yeah. And he was like in his 50s.
Probably. No, he was 15 years older. So he's probably in his mid 30s.
All right.
And then I had so many questions, and I'm like, why didn't his wife, like, didn't they talk about sex? Didn't they discuss? Didn't you realize something was odd when they didn't have it? Okay, I get it. You know, they got back probably in the 50s, 60s, whatever. You know, maybe people were a bit more conservative back then or reserved, you know. So they don't have sex before they're married. And then on the wedding night, apparently she didn't fuck him.
That's unusual.
What? Apparently, like, they just never talked about it. She goes, I'm not into it. And now you got this man with balls and testosterone.
Yeah.
And he needs to have them drained.
Well, I mean, I guess they found a great solution, which was a Filipino woman.
His wife would send her Christmas gifts. She's like, thanks. Why don't have to fuck this gross ogre?
Doing a great deed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
That is all.
Sorry about your uncle.
Thanks.
And his Filipino bride or thing.
His side piece.
Side piece. What did we learn today? Pee can clog the toilet.
Yep.
Black ladies wear pajamas at the airport.
Don't return food you ate.
Don't return food you ate. That's probably it.
Reach out to your dying kin.
Reach out to your dying kin.
Even if it's awkward.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. I appreciate it. willsyoutube.com. Give it a thumbs up, a like. Comments are always helpful. Tell a friend about it, which would be even better. Subscribe to the Substack, hmbradio.substack.com. Voice and text messages, 813-693-2124. You can email me at thehomemade.broadcast@gmail.com. Facebook is HMB Radio. Yeah, I guess that's it. Anna, thank you for your time today. I felt good about this one.
Good. You should.
So yeah. Very good. We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.